It is 7:02. I'm trying to get started. Call the meeting to order. Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Public comment.
Good evening. Miles Keefe, 547 East Apple. I had sent over some permit requests for Wolf Lake. One of our two residents that do a show on the 4th of July in Wolf Lake had contracted me last year as well as this year. When I sent in the permit, I was informed by the new leadership of the fire department that last year's permit was not processed accordingly. So doing it correctly puts us in a time crunch this year with the DNR. I believe some paperwork was sent over on our behalf. We're hoping to get this added to the agenda tonight so I can get it to the DNR for approval.
So in front of you, board, you do have a letter from Chief Maginity, and we have a packet being printed right now. Deputy Chief Gottsbot is making copies, so then you can each see exactly what's in the packet.
The fireworks packet, or what kind of packet?
It's his application packet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name's Kevin Wilson. I live on 5945 Louisville Avenue. I am a Marine. I took the oath of office, and it doesn't expire. Okay. I'm here tonight to ask the residents and the board to do what you got to do to pay for grave sites to be open and closed for disabled veterans. The disabled veteran I'm talking about is the one that is deemed by the state of Michigan and the Veterans Administration to be 100% disabled, so they don't pay property tax to start with. They shouldn't have to pay to be put in the ground. If you guys could do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. It needed to be done a long time ago, and I don't think anybody's ever thought about it. That's all I got. That's my spiel.
Thank you.
Thank you. And there's a letter in front of me from him.
I did lay a letter out for anybody. I can put one up here if somebody else wants one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm here concerning my FOIA requests that I put in 46 days ago, and I have followed all the clerk's instructions on everything that I had to do, all the payments that I had to make. The last payment I had to make was for $15 for some, I think they had to block some stuff out, and I was supposed to receive that within 3 business days. I paid it on May 13th. It is now 14 days and I still have not received any of my FOIAs. Now, if I am following what our FOIA request says, then so should everybody else that has to put the work together for us. Thank you.
I think the auto lock. The auto lock is not working or something.
Can you prop it? Yeah, would you prop it open? Go ahead.
Deb Ackerman, 1241 Woodcrest. I notice on the agenda we already have a resignation from the fire department. It's a little concern of mine. We've had a big problem and issues and you name it over at that department. Previous chief, new chief, everything else, and now it's starting. We knew in the public this was going to happen. I don't know if you did as a board, but we in the public knew it was going to happen. And my question is to the supervisor, which I understand is the personnel director. Are you going to be doing an exit interview so that you guys can learn from your mistakes and find out why these individuals are resigning? and any new resignations that may be coming toward you, that an exit interview is done so we can learn from our mistakes.
Any other public comment?
I would just like to add as a resident, to Ken Wilson, he said the totally disabled veterans, that also means and unemployable.
I'm sorry. You're adding that? You want it to be that condition, or that's what it is legally?
Yes,
okay.
that's what it means to be. For a veteran to receive a property tax exemption, they not only have to be disabled, but they also have to be 100% unemployable. I get it.
Is that a Michigan thing?
Yes. That's what their VA paperwork has to say that they get annually, that they bring to the township, to the assessor.
Any other public comment? All right. So we had a couple requests before we approve this agenda if we want to make some changes. If anyone would like to make a motion to amend, we have the request from Mr. Wilson, the request about the fireworks, and then the request from DPW department.
I make a motion to amend the agenda to add these 3 items for the tree from Kenneth Wilson and for the fireworks.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
You know, need to say where we're putting it?
Oh,
New business?
GH and I, or?
Sure.
I'm sorry, what was that third thing?
There's nothing under new business.
Fireworks, Joe. Fireworks tree.
So that would be G.
Ken Wilson veterans.
Wouldn't it be ABC?
New business, or has ABC?
You're looking under old business.
Oh, thank you.
so you said tree first.
Yeah. We
So
can do
G would be tree. H.
fire department.
Oh, you said Ken Wilson?
Okay, Ken Wilson. Okay. H and then I.
And then I would be fireworks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so there are a bunch of ayes. Any opposed to amending that?
I seconded that, please.
Peggy?
Yes. I second it, yes.
Okay. I have another approval. Do you want me to wait?
Oh.
Do that separate from this, or do it all at once?
Let's do it now.
4A has regular meeting minutes from our last meeting dated the 25th. Our last meeting was the 19th.
May 19th?
Correct. Yeah.
So we just got to change the date?
Change
Yeah.
the date to May 19th.
Okay. I'll make a motion to,
Wait,
right?
we didn't vote on the approval of the,
Are you going
I
to
know,
amend the motion to
can
include
I
that?
just amend that?
And then revote.
Yeah. To add in,
we're in 2 different topics. Number 3 is approval of the agenda, tonight's agenda.
okay, yeah.
Okay. Under consent agenda is where the minutes are that you want the amendment made. That's number 4.
That's the next one.
So we need to finish the vote on number 3 before we move on to number 4.
We amended the agenda.
That's also on the agenda too. So we're just correcting the error in the actual agenda before we even approve the consent agenda.
That's what she said. So we do number 3 first, then we'll do number 4.
Well, 3 is approval of the agenda. We have to amend it first if you want that
Yeah.
approved.
We're approving the agenda. And
With,
then we're going to go on to approval of the consent agenda, which is what the minutes are under. And that's where the correction would be made, under the approval of the consent agenda.
Okay.
thank you.
Okay, so Cory's motion is to approve the agenda, adding items G for the tree, H for Mr. Wilson, and I for fireworks. And we had a bunch of yays. Are there any opposed? Okay, so that motion carries. Now, Trudy, do you want to make a
Yep, I'll
motion?
make a motion that we change the consent agenda for A, correcting the date from May 25th, 2025 to May 19th, 2025.
I second that.
Okay, and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Good. There is no old business, new business. First item is a new computer for the DPW supervisor. That was an emergency. He reached out to me, Chris, and Trudy. We all agreed that that was an urgent expense to keep doing business, so it's been ordered. As you know from our budget hearing, it's not quite here yet, but it's on order, and the amount is in here. So we need a motion to approve that purchase amount of $1,541.99 to VC3.
I'll support that motion. That
You make the motion?
Yes, I will make the motion.
Support.
And we will roll call vote.
Cory.
Yes.
Rhonda.
Yes.
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 All right, motion carries. Item B is the Egelston designation of depositories. Was that from you, Trudy?
Yes. We're required to have these. There are 4 of them. They're done annually in June. The first one just talks about what financial institutions that we approve, and there can be others that are deemed appropriate by the treasurer, but these are the ones that we have investments in. And choice one has our bank accounts.
That's something that they do every year.
I think that Consumers Credit Union, we do not invest it there yet. They're kind of new on the scene, but I wanted to add them. Yes, it has to be done every year. It's, this one is according to the state laws that are listed here, the MCLs.
Okay. So you now are with Consumers Credit Union?
Have not yet.
Not yet.
No, haven't moved any investments from the other.
So you plan on doing that?
I shop around and I negotiate interest rates. So far, I've always gotten higher, so it depends. We'll see. The second one is that requires us to have an investment policy, which follows this first page. So this is our investment policy. The next 2 and a little bit more on the third page. Only thing I like to point out about the investment policy is that the order of priority is, according to the township policy, is safety, diversification, liquidity, and lastly, return on investment, which is what everybody wants.
Right.
And like I said, I do shop around, but the other 3 are according to our priority, higher priority than the return. The third, authorizing electronic transactions lets us do ACH payments. The bigger utilities will charge us $75 if we send a check. It's monthly, so that's the rare few that we do ACHs with that I'm comfortable with, and also the deputy clerk. We don't like giving out our bank information. And the fourth one tells what an institution, financial institution that we're going to do our banking with that has permission to make payments on our behalf. And choice one is the only one we have that does that. The others are just investments and CDs, CD investments.
I'll make a motion to approve the designation of depositories for 2025.
Second.
Have you been
Yes.
Do you want the resolution number in your motion, or we don't need it?
No, it's designated as for 2025.
Okay, and we'll roll call vote.
Rhonda?
Yes.
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 And then do we do each part separately?
They're all resolutions, yeah.
Okay, I think, yeah, they all have the count, so.
Make a motion to approve 060225-2, approval of investment policy.
I'll second that. And a roll call vote.
Cory? Yes.
Peggy?
Yes.
Benj?
Yes.
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 Okay. Making a. I lost my mind there for a minute. My words. I make a motion to accept 060225-3, authorizing electronic transactions.
I second.
And we will roll call vote again.
Peggy?
Yes.
Benj?
Yes.
Cory?
Yes.
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 And the last one, I'll make a motion to approve the last one to resolution 060225-4, voluntary association on investment accounts.
I'll second that one too.
And we will roll call vote one more time.
Benj?
Yes.
Cory?
Yes.
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 All right. Item C, we have a bill from CNC Electric. It was a sewer emergency due to cause some power outage or power outage caused, the emergency. The total is $1,221. So we need a motion to approve that expenditure.
I make a motion to approve the CNC invoice for emergency service for power outage in the amount of $1,221.
I'll
Second.
All right, and roll call vote.
Cory?
Yes.
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 Item D is our MTA Association annual dues. The total amount is $6,401.90. We need a motion to approve that and renew, I guess.
I'm sorry, 6,000.
$401.90.
I motion to approve.
I second that.
Roll call vote.
Rhonda?
Yes.
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 All right, there's no handout for item E. Rhonda, Cory, and myself have been negotiating with the fire department for the IAFF union contract that's expiring June 30th. I just wanted to make it an official committee by bringing it to the board for approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the committee as recommended.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Right.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. All right.
Will we have updates? There's some areas of concern that I have that we have attorney opinions on. I would just like to make sure that you have that.
I would love to meet with you and talk about that. I'm not sure how much we can discuss negotiations, especially publicly. But you and I can
but
definitely
I can give you
meet.
information to take with you to the
Yes.
items to me. So
Yes, yeah, you and I can definitely meet, or even a third person.
because it has to be done by June 30th.
Yes.
Well,
Yep.
we can work on it for a contract, right? But we don't like doing that.
We would like it to be done by June 30th. So I will be in the office all next week.
Okay.
Wow. Chief.
Good evening. So first up you have in your packet is the resignation of firefighter Jason Jensen. He notified me that he'll be stepping down immediately due to personal reasons. He has been off since January and trying to come up with a resolution to continue to stay with us, but has not been able to come up with that. So he first joined us back in 2009 as a paid on-call member, served 2 years, and then rejoined us back in September of 24 under then intern chief Brutana. It's my recommendation to accept his resignation with regret. And for the record, I did ask about an exit interview, and he is interested in doing that, so that is part of our process that we're going through.
Thank you. I make a motion to accept Jason Jensen's resignation.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, accepted.
Next up is kind of going back to the Argo, more of an update. We've already approved the purchase, but this is kind of what I've been able to work out with them. The balance due currently that you see there, the $41,744.48, plus the original $3,500 down payment that we put down on it, brings that up to $45,244.48. County agreed to reimburse us the $46,083. So next in the packet, you'll have a trailer purchase. If that goes through, I can go get it. We can pay for it. We can get reimbursed that $45,244 from the county out of this year's budget. And then $838.52 would be what would be left to be reimbursed from the county when the tracks come in. Now the tracks are the $4,387.95. That's what we would still owe, but this is kind of separating that off to be able to get the reimbursement taken care of. More of an update for you.
So,
Unless you have any questions.
yeah, what is 4575 part of that 4683?
The $45.75.
The trailer, she said.
The tracks.
On the quote.
The track.
The tracks, the $43.87. No, that's not included in any of this over here. That's an addition still.
So that 838 is we need to come up with the rest to get to the track amount.
Which I already have budgeted. That's
43.
already in the equipment line item. I already have that to pay for it, but that's what would be left for reimbursement from the county potentially into next budget year.
And they may pay, she just required an invoice before
Sure.
she could make payment to us. They may pay the whole amount because it's on the invoice.
With the tracks?
Or they may make us wait for that money for the tracks until we,
The difference of the tracks, now, if you remember, the tariffs come in and increase that whole purchase price. So we still, technically, the tracks are all but $838 are our portion of it. which I had
That's
set
what I
aside
wanted
in
to
that
clarify.
equipment line item, yes.
Yes.
So, and that's kind of what we just talked about during budgets. If for some miracle we get it by the end of June, I'm not hopeful, then it'll come out of this budget year. If not, that 4387 will carry into the equipment line item for next year.
Well, that's the 838.
Plus the 838, yeah.
And in our contract with the county, it's 46,083.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought they said 47,000.
No,
That
they
didn't
put it
make
right
the
in,
contract.
they put the amount right in the contract.
Yeah.
But they were gonna reimburse us, and then we found out.
Yeah, if we
that
can get it
everything-
reimbursed in its entirety, I mean, it's an $838 difference, cool. If not, we're gonna get the majority
We're
of
gonna
it
have
out
to
of this
wait
budget
for
year.
Yeah.
But that's what we've been able to separate out. And like I said, we got the trailer coming up next, but once we get that taken care of, then I can schedule something to go up, pick it up, and then we at least have possession of it. We can get paid for it, get reimbursed.
So I don't remember which meeting, but I thought we talked about you taking one of our trailers here and going and getting it.
Yep. Good.
Why can't we use that to haul it to a scene?
Well, those are the DPW trailers. So they utilize those for
Okay, so it's
their
a DPW
lawnmowers and all
trailer
that
that
kind
you're
of
using
stuff.
out of the fire department. Okay.
Yeah, ours would actually be on the trailer, tied down in a bay, ready to go.
Ready to go.
Yeah, we don't load them as we get the call. They're loaded and ready to roll.
Thank you.
And then I did talk to them, and I think I got them into, once the tracks come in, they're going to bring them to us.
Nice.
So that's kind of part of the deal here. Can't be for sure, but he said that shouldn't be an issue, so. Moving on, in front of you, you have 3 quotes for trailers. If you remember correctly, when I first come to you with this, kind of become my problem, I originally set $5,000 into the equipment line item for it. I've got 3 bids from the places that I could get them from. First one being down here at Monroe's. That one coming at $45.75. The backside of that one is they don't have them in stock. They got to build them. It's 8 to 10 weeks to build it on a good week. So it's not guaranteed in 8 to 10 weeks, but that's what it could be if we go that route. The second one is from USA Trailer Sales in Wayland. That one was $57.99. That's a little bit better built trailer. If you look at it, it has the full frame underneath it. Dual axle, which is what we're going to need for weight. And then the actual gate on it is a bifold gate versus just a standard tall gate, which is it's kind of better suits it. And then the third quote was from Four Seasons Yard. That is the only trailer that they have. They have one in stock, but it is spoken for. Downside to this one, it's only single axle, so it's not necessarily going to do what we need it to do. And to build it, again, is 8 to 10 weeks out. I tried with Cliffs, other local places around here, and nobody actually stocks them. The last one is actually through Integrity Trailers out of Nunica. They build them, but that's their vendor that sells them. So they don't have anything direct that we can get either.
So none of these are available now. They're all.
The USA Trailer Sales has 2 of those in stock,
They're in stock
ready
right
to pick
now.
up tomorrow.
So,
And he actually has a hold on it for us if we go that route. The other one is currently spoken for, but I told him, I said, I'll know Monday night, and then we can go from there.
So again, why did you think that the one from Wayland was better than the other ones? Just because it's available, or does it have something?
One, it's available. It's a little bit better built. If you look between the 2 pictures you have, Monroe's didn't have anything.
I got it.
The actual frame rail, the trailer actually sits on a frame rail, the full length of the
Okay.
trailer versus just a tongue bolt into it.
So you like the USA trailer better than the Monroe?
I do. And that would be my recommendation, would be to go with that one. Like I said, originally I had the 5,000 set aside. I do have the extra still available to cover the difference in that.
I noticed Monroe's has a spare tire included in their quote, and this picture has a spare tire. I don't know if it's included, but
Yep.
I wonder if we could get a spare
Yeah,
tire
he talked to me about that.
without additional costs.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
He's working
Well,
on it.
$175.
Yeah, they have a separate mount that goes on that trailer, and he was trying to get with his vendor to see what they needed to do.
But Monroe
price-wise
also
with it.
doesn't say that it's dual axle?
It is, just
It
in the
is.
phone
Okay.
conversation, yeah.
Okay.
So, my question is why aluminum over steel?
Rust factor for one. It's lighter weight. And keep in mind the trucks that we pull it with are already pretty much loaded to the tilt. So any type of weight that I can shed off of anything in its entirety is the way to go.
I'm just worried like aluminum doesn't hold up to the vibration of dirt roads and off-road as much as steel does.
Understandable. And keep in mind this is only going to be running out probably a handful of times a year. But we do have a very good rapport with a local welding company that takes care of all of our welding needs for us, if need be.
Yeah.
So yeah, my recommendation is the USA trailer sales. In the amount of $57.99.
I think we only had one call to the mosquito trails, and I think that's what we were told at the meeting, so. Aluminum should be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we currently have an aluminum one over there that our side-by-side's on, and we haven't had any problems with it. I think we've had that 3 years. Don't quote me, I think it's been 3 years. That's a single axle trailer.
Which one is?
The one that we currently have, that the side-by-side sits on.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the USA trailer sales from Wayland as recommended through Alex.
I'll second.
If you get the extra spare tire.
Are you sure you want that on there?
Are you
What if
sure
they
that's
say
like,
no?
it's all going to hinge on that tire? It's
Gonna hinge on that tire.
Yeah, that was a joke, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I still second.
Okay, roll call vote.
Trudy.
Yes.
Peggy.
Yes.
Ben.
Yes.
Cory.
Yes.
Ron.
Yes.
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 Thank you. And then the last thing that I have for you is a laptop quote. The total is $1,700. Purpose of this laptop is for Deputy Chief Glotzbach's use. Currently, the dispatch supplies a chief's computer, which is a laptop as well. It plugs into a base monitor. But we have capabilities to be able to take those with us wherever we go, and we can still access our home files. Also within there, we're working on, if it's set up, it doesn't work, but we're working on getting it working, is what we call an X drive or a file to where we can share files, put them in the same, save them to the same file, and either one of us can view them. That way we're not constantly emailing, printing, trying to pull it up, download it on our phones, documents and that such. That gives either one of us capabilities to be able to do anything from anywhere that we take that laptop with us. The purchase price of it is $1,700. When I had it quoted a couple of weeks ago, it was $1,850, $1,900. So it has come down a little bit. Keep in mind this is a computer that has to carry all the dispatch capabilities. So that all their programming, all their securities, all that stuff has to be put on it.
Is this like a tough book?
It's not really a tough book. It's just a laptop with great capabilities. And it comes with this. It doesn't come with. We'll have to pay the additional. I think it's $40, $45 a month for the network, the internet for it to be able to be mobile. But that's all figured into next year's budget as well. So currently, right now, he has nothing other than coming into the station and getting on a base computer or his cell phone. Aside from that, all the new security measures with our scan fobs that have been implemented, only I can scan into my computer. I have to have a separate fob. They have their own little disk thing on that gives me access to sign into that. So I can't leave that in the office for him to come log into to use. It's just how they do it.
Is this budgeted?
It was not budgeted, but there has been, you'll see in the budget amendments coming up, there was $700 in that line item, and we did move, like, in talking with Chris, we had plenty enough money to move into that line item to cover it.
And this is the only quote you have? Is there a reason why you did that?
It's dispatch.
And you told me the other computers dispatch fees were, your laptop was paid, but
Yeah,
this
they
one's
take
not.
care of the one, right? And then we also have a training room laptop. So what that does is it gives us capabilities to be able to pull things up on the big screen in our training room. So if we were to try to utilize that one and pull it out of there, same thing. If we were to give him capabilities to log into it, nobody else can log into it if they're in the training room. So without the problem.
Thank you.
I motion to approve
I
the
second.
laptop.
Roll call vote.
Cory,
Yes.
Rhonda,
Yes.
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 Thank you. That was all I have for it.
Thank you.
All right, so item G would be the tree. So this is kind of a two-part. We have to amend the budget. There's $4,000 currently in there. We would need to adjust it by $540. I'm not sure if you guys heard the update. Herb came back and said he called the guy outside while we met with the fire department, and doing it all at once collectively it saves $700 to do all three together. And the stumps were actually included, so it's lower than what we thought.
Nice.
Yep.
That's great.
Bonus.
So we need a motion to amend the budget by $540 for 24-25 year.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. And then the second motion would be approving the invoice to Vanderkooy Tree in the amount of, I guess this one.
Are we approving the invoice or we're approving them to do the work? Oh, I see, yeah. I'm like, we don't have an invoice yet. We have a quote, I guess.
Or,
We should
yeah.
have a quote, maybe.
So a motion to have Vanderkooy do the work at the price.
Voted.
Yeah, the price quoted.
Rhonda, did you have it?
Is that still the,
4540 is what is on our paper from Herb.
And
We thought it was going to be 5240.
okay.
He's going to do it for 4540.
Stump grinding included.
Stump grinding included.
Yeah.
I second.
All right, roll call vote.
Oh, I made the motion.
Did you? You said an invoice, or you asked for a vote. Did anybody make a motion?
No, nobody made a motion on
Oh.
this one.
You want to
Yeah.
make a motion?
I make the motion to approve the quote for number
4540,
4540,
stumps included.
including the stumps for all three trees from Vanderkooy Tree.
Support.
All right, now we'll roll call vote.
Okay.
Rhonda,
Yes.
Yes.
Supervisor Faino?
Yes.
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 Thank you. This might be his figures, but that's what his paper says is.
I know, there's a
$45.40.
$45 discrepancy.
Huh.
From the original total, so if that's what the person told her, I would just ask him for a new. quote.
Yeah. All right, and
That way
then,
we haven't written anything since it's been-
right, yeah, he was hurrying too.
Yeah.
Item H, Mr. Wilson's letter. If we would waive fees for disabled veterans.
I think we have around, I want to say 70, don't quote me, I'm just going from my memory. We send out letters to each veteran that has qualified for the property tax exemption in previous years. They still have to bring their new paperwork from the VA. We try to get that in January. It's not a law or anything, but if they wait and then the March Board of Review comes and we have to, sometimes they paid their tax and we have to refund. So we like to send a letter, and I think we send out 70 or something like that. But of course, they're not going to be deceased at the same time. So I just want to kind of give you an idea of how many we have.
This is not unthought of in the past. And as I recall, we can give them a free grave, but we could not pay for the opening and closing. So before we address this, I'd like to get a legal opinion just to make sure we're not breaking any laws.
And also to rewrite the motion so it's correct.
What do you mean?
So that it's within the legal parameters.
Oh, get language for
Just
the
have them
motion.
write it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are we
Is it
currently
free
giving them a
rate?
free grade?
They get the
Oh.
grave free, yes.
Already.
But as I have always understood it, now maybe it's changed, things change all the time, we could not waive the opening and closing.
Okay.
Which is it 150 for cremage, Joan, and
300 for a full. Yes, but again,
Yeah.
let's get a legal
Yeah.
opinion and see, maybe it's changed.
Sure.
You need a motion to table.
Yes.
Make a motion to table Kenneth Wilson's proposal till we get the legal opinion back.
I second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, and then there's the packet about the fireworks. So that is item I.
I'm a little confused about this. Why are we being asked now after all these years?
I can't speak to the past, I just know that Michigan law requires this.
Okay.
If anybody's doing public display fireworks or private display fireworks, it requires, according to the Michigan Fireworks Safety Act, a approval by the local board. You're just giving approval, you're not accepting the liability, you're saying
Okay, that was my next question.
You're saying that the application they've submitted meets the requirements of the Michigan Fireworks Safety Act. And I'm telling you, the application does meet those requirements. He includes it. One of the reasons this packet is so big, it actually includes a copy of his liability insurance. He did the same exact display last year on Wolf Lake. This may be a new process for what's coming to this board, and I know it's a new board. I can tell you that between here and Rothbury, I have literally done over 500 of these. This
should have been being done all along.
According to the law.
According to the law.
Yeah.
For private displays, that's not just someone buying fireworks and shooting them off. That's having someone hired to do
Correct.
professional.
Correct.
Okay.
So, there's public displays where you're paying to go watch them, and there's public displays where you can see them, but you're not paying to watch them. But whether this really comes into play is when the person actually lighting them is being paid to do so.
And you say this packet is this application's.
Yeah, this is
all.
And it's a
Good.
beautiful display.
this is all right to the T.
I make a motion to accept the
I second.
application.
I second that.
Is that what it should say, that we're accepting this application, or what?
You can approve the application, yeah.
We are approving.
It's just a motion to approve the fireworks permit application as presented.
Oh.
Can you say that?
Make a motion to approve the fireworks application
As presented.
as presented.
I second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Roll call?
Yeah.
Aye then.
All right, motion carries. Communications. I set in front of your seats the amended, or the typed out minutes from last week. There were no other communications in the box.
I had the treasurer's report. I didn't get it to you by Wednesday at noon, but it's been on communication, so I can send everybody a copy of that. For April, of course, May is just finishing now. I think there's 2 there.
Is there an extra one for the table?
Right down there.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Was there anything you guys had questions on the report, or Trudy, anything you want to highlight?
Just again, the rates for the investments they're hovering around 4.4. They try to sell me at 2.8 and 3 point something. And Michigan class, the top one under investments, is liquid for one thing. We can request money and it'll be out tomorrow if we want it. So that's where a CD you have penalties if you do that. So anyway, they're usually the highest at 4.4%, but it is liquid, so it changes daily. But that's the average at the end of the month that I put on here.
All right, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I moved.
He moved.
To
Did someone else second?
I just put a note button up.
Who seconded?
Did you second that one?
No.
Oh, I thought
seconded?
I thought Peggy did. Corey, you want
I'll
to?
second.
All right.
All right, great.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.
That'd be great. I oppose. We're not gonna.
You're opposed?
I just want to talk.
One opposition.